What's going on, crime fighters? So, here's my first out of two videos I'm going to be talking about today, and it's the news of the reveal of both sides of Civil War. We have Team Cap, we have Team Stark. I'm going to be going through and talking about who's on whose team and my personal feelings about it and the whole movie in general. So, let's start off with the first team, Team Cap. So Team Cap consists of Cap, Hawkeye, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, the Winter Soldier, and Ant-Man. This team kind of seems right and, justified in reason that would be on Cap's team, and, except for Winter Soldier. That's one that's throwing me off. So maybe it has something to do with Ant-Man's post-credit scene in which they capture Bucky, and maybe they can get him to kind of finally see a good side, to kind of get into his head and kind of get all the Hydra and all the assassination attempts, and maybe he's back to normal Bucky. So maybe that's what we see at the beginning of Civil War, and that's what ultimately leads into him joining the team, because he's coming back to his senses. Falcon is a given because that's his buddy, and you know that they're going to go hand in hand. We've seen it already. Ant-Man, I can kind of see the Scott Lang interpretation from the movie. He can be the bad boy and the rebel and the one who doesn't agree with household or the structures of the government to conform to, listen, you have to work for us or else that's it. He already has a trouble in running with the law. We know he's very opinionated and stands on his own, so I can fully understand that commitment. Scarlet Witch, only for the fact I can see that transformation because she's been so branded and withheld by the government and tested and, as basically a lab rat. So she has that kind of gripe with them, which is understandable, and which I can ultimately see why she would. Hawkeye, just general assumption, just because of the Avengers, they have that tie. He kind of has a deep sense, of rebellion as well, but not as much as the others are proclaimed. So I figured this would have to be something with a loyalty factor, just like Falcon. Everybody in this team is very center gravity, and I can see the individuals. Like I said, only the one that would give me a little bit of, I wonder how that is, was Winter Soldier. But I'm pretty sure the way I just explained it is how they'll go about it. This is something that I'm not all for. I am, but it's not a team that excites me. I'm like, okay, cool. I can live with that. The movie itself, I'm really interested to see how this is going to play and how each person is going to mesh up with the other member of the team. Like, who's going to fight who? Who is the other side of their coin? So this team definitely represents, I want to say, the good without being the good, but fighting for what is seen as the bad. Because you have the American boy, Captain America, but they're fighting against the form of the government and the laws, which is pretty cool. I don't know, it's definitely going to be interesting how this happens. What do you guys think of it? I'm on the defense. Something I can do, like I said, the Falcon, I was never really a huge fan of Falcon. Only in Ant-Man, when he fought Ant-Man, that was really cool. But other than that, I'm like, okay, he's there. So I hope he has a lot more development here in this one to make me care about it. If that makes sense, to make me care about him. I definitely now care about Hawkeye, because he's a lot more developed since Age of Ultron. I care about him now. I can relate. Ant-Man I love too. That was one of my favorite Marvel movies, top 5. So it's definitely interesting, and to find out he's on Cap's team. But we kind of figured, because given the end credits of Ant-Man, we knew he'd lean towards that side. So it's definitely interesting to see him integrated into this bigger world and see him react with everyone else. That I look forward to. Alright? So stay tuned. We're going to get Team Stark next. And I have a lot more to say about that. Alright? Let me know what you guys think about this team. You Team Cap or you Team Stark? Sound off. Let me know. I'll see you all in a bit.